Hey, we're here. Welcome home. Um, we're about to ink some pages. I got lots of frogs to draw today. Um, yeah, I hope this stream finds you well. I'm starting to try and spruce up the joint. I changed my profile picture on YouTube, thinking when I sent the link out, it wouldn't show that grainy photo anymore, but it still does. So I think it's a Google thing. I don't know. I'm trying to make it a little more presentable. I made a new title card with an old picture I drew. I was going to show you my sketchbook a little bit. You can kind of see what kind of stuff I post on Twitter and Instagram, if that's even good. View. So I got this bro dinosaur. I don't know. I like that. This one, a little less though. Not as. It's kind of fun. I don't know. That's what I did the past couple days. It's usually like some kind of character drawing. That's just kind of what I do. Octopus, foxtopus. Let's see. Ape. I think I've showed this on this channel before. So if you like that kind of crud, give me a look on the old Instagram or Twitter, even Facebook. You'll see that stuff just about every single day. I can manage it, which is just about every day. And then here on YouTube, we're inking a book. So if you or anyone you might know is interested in making comics, I'm just falling on my face trying to figure it out as I go right here. So I'm inking my graphic novel, Bonehead, and I'm doing the goal is I'm going to ink the whole book here on YouTube. So we're gonna figure it out as we go. I'm new to comics. I'm new to ink and brush. So we're figuring it out, and I'm just gonna tell you everything I'm learning along the way. That's my front cover I did here on YouTube. Here's my back cover with some of the other main characters in the book. Here's my first page, space, out of space. So I've drawn the whole book. I've penciled the whole book. It's about 235 pages. And here's the next page. That meteor that we just saw crashing into a planet. And then, yesterday I did some of these other lead-in pages. There's our character in silhouette. Sorry, there's a bit of a glare, but that's okay. We'll survive. Here, I think it's my lighting's kind of screwed. I gotta figure out how to up my quality a little bit in the visual the video. The AV department has to step up its game. And here's another lead-in page. These are going to be like title pages, so that's why the starkness. It's going to have like logos and like credits and that kind of thing. So that's where we are. Today we're doing the last of those lead-in pages. So we got some. Now, I did this off YouTube like a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago, and it was kind of clunky. I was still like brand new to ink and brush, just trying it out. So I did a version of this that is real chunky and not good. When I did that one, I taped these 2 pages together because it's a 2-page spread. Let's see. Yeah. But I think I'm just going to eyeball it because there's not a whole lot crossing the border or the crossing the break. There's not a whole lot. So I think I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to worry about taping it together and all that. So a little faint in that showing of it. And then there's this one where this page kind of picks up where the story starts. But it's also like the final lead-in page. And then, so I'm doing those 3 today. And then the actual comic itself starts with tomorrow's page. So I'll do that tomorrow morning is the plan. So let's get into it. I think we're ready to ink some frogs. You know what? I should text my sister-in-law to let my nephew know I'm on inking frogs because he's a frog nut. And he's the one that, if he can, I don't know. If he can, we might get together today. He's my 5-year-old nephew, going to be 5 next month. If we can, we're going to get together and do some drawing today. But yeah, we're inking frogs. Let's see. Person. I'm on YouTube inking frogs right now. And he'll get a kick out of that, I'll bet. Okay, so I have my ink set up. Oh, I'm going to flip this around. My bad. Why didn't you say anything? Oh, look at this terrible room. Okay. Ooh, I just readjusted retightened my camera and stuff. And now it's a little stiff. But that's okay. We're good. We want it to be stiff. Okay, look at these frogs. They're all just floating around. Okay. I'm already going to need more tea soon, so that's heating up already. It's actually probably getting cold right after. No worries. Okay. So okay. Yeah, they might come in. Okay. Let's come on, camera. Focus. Yeah, so if you know anybody who's interested in comics, let me fall on the bombs, and then you just it'll be smooth sailing for you. You just come on in and see how old Uncle Ryan handles it, and then you got all the questions answered. And if you have any questions on what I'm doing that I don't seem to be addressing, fire away. Okay. So this is a little foreshadowing into the story. This is kind of a scene that happens later in the book. Let's see. We got all these floating frogs. What's the deal with the floating frogs? Oh, I think somebody's going to be in here watching in a minute. Ow, bumping my hat on the camera. I think that means that the hat's going to have to go soon. As much as I resent my hair. Ooh. Let's see. This is like an eyelid. This is like his brow. Excuse me. Okay. That's what Stimpy always used to say when he was coughing up hairballs. Harf! Okay. Booyah, booyah, booyah. Ooh. It's a frayed brush. There we go. One more. Dang it. Yeah, if you want confident lines, so you gotta try and get into an angle where you can just drag it right through. Hello. I think I might know who's watching. Yeah, I realized I was drawing frogs today. I was like, I know somebody who likes frogs. I know somebody who likes frogs a whole lot. And I know somebody who's been drawing a lot too. Drawing very well. I saw some pictures my nephew drew of Luigi and some ghosts from Luigi's Mansion. And those were looking really good. That Luigi was way better than I could probably draw Luigi. So we've just got a bunch of floating frogs here. This is kind of like a thematic lead-in page kind of thing at the beginning of the book, with all the like the title page and the, I don't know, like a dedication page and stuff like that. And like this is at the beginning of the book with all that stuff. And so this kind of foreshadows a scene that happens a little later in the book. And then so there is a scene with a bunch of floating frogs later in the story. But this is just kind of like a style page. So there's a 2-page spread here, just for the person watching. There's a 2-page spread here of just a bunch of floating frogs. Look at this guy, he's so happy. Okay. Let's see, we're gonna get this leg in here. Woo. Brush started splitting on me there. Middle of the stroke. We don't want a double line. And then we're going to throw a shadow. Under that toe. He's got these webbed toes, right? Shadow there. I don't know how the webs actually work, but they have them like lower, under, kind of in the middle of the toe or whatever. Okay, and then belly. I gotta get all these. Oh, let me get his arm first. I didn't finish this toe. His thumb. Frog knuckles. Okay. And not wild about how I did the details here. This like back roll thing that doesn't even line up. I think I'm gonna make up the details in this area because I don't like what I did. Okay. And I think what I've been doing on these frogs, yeah, I was just doing the webbing on the back, like on the feet, and then no webbing on the hands. I don't know if any of that is accurate at all. I doubt it is, but bring my mic in a little bit. But that's how we're doing it. Like if I was, you know, planning on animating these as a character, I wouldn't want their hands to be inhibited. So I wouldn't web their hands, but I would web their feet for for designing a frog character purposes. If that makes sense. To kind of help sell them as a frog, I would web their feet, but not their hands for functionality and animation purposes. Of course, these frogs don't do a whole lot of acting in this book, but that's kind of why I webbed the feet but not the hands, I guess, if I had to quantify it. Let's get it. I need fine detail. So I'm just trying to rough my point into place, the point of my brush. So again, I say this like every time, but in case somebody wants to know what I'm inking with, I'm just using some junk Hobby Lobby brand India ink. And then I'm using a Winsor Newton Series 7 Sable Kolinsky size 3 brush, which is definitely the fanciest brush I've used. And it makes all the difference in the world right off the bat. Because before that, I always used just junky Hobby Lobby, get 12 pack for $5 or whatever brush, and this just feels way nicer. And it's pretty versatile. Like, I'm always worried about not having enough line weight. I usually use like these multi-liner Copic pens when I do like my sketchbook drawings every day. And I worry about not having enough line weight in my drawings. But look at this frog. I got pretty good variety of line weights in him without trying too much. Sorry. I think I'm gonna have to get me a new camera eventually. I mean, this will get the job done, but I don't like the lack of the I don't know. I don't like that there's no buttons to kind of control what it's focusing on. Ow! Keep banging my head on the camera. So I'm always saying also that I got these brushes They were a gift actually, but these are the ones that I know Doug TenNapel uses on his books, like probably Creature Tech. I think I've heard that he's used them on those ones as well, like the old ones. Yeah, he definitely did. Creature Tech, Tommy Rex. What are his new ones? Bigfoot Bill. I don't know about Rat Fist. Probably not Rat Fist. That one's like so grungy and chunky. I think he used like some thick brush on that. But Earthworm Jim. Those Earthworm Jim books. Okay. I need to get me a new tea. Okay, I think instead of all this detail I kind of sketched in there, let me look at them on the screen. I'm going to rough in some spots further down his back. Yeah. All right. Walk. I'm cool with that. You cool with that? Good. Okay. Next frog. This line is arbitrary. Oh, I'm drawing off screen. This line don't make sense. That should be uphill. So I will ink it accordingly. Okay. I guess these frogs aren't in this book a whole lot, but they make a couple appearances, and some of it's just kind of like my I like like the Simpsons always used to do it very well, where like animals just being dumb animals is really funny to me. And they're just like science experiment frogs. the scientists in this book, they just test experiments on these frogs. So they're just sitting in a laboratory all day. Okay. I'll color his eyes too. Yeah, you see. So I mentioned earlier, I did this page once a long time ago. I think I don't know if I was inking it while I was still drawing it. Wait, yeah, I think that's what it was. It was like when I was first penciling the pages, I was just trying to ink them while I was drawing them. And yeah, the first couple pages, I first of all, they were drawn kind of terribly, and then they were inked terribly. And I decided I would just pencil the whole book. And then somewhere down the line, I got the notion in my head that I would ink it all live on YouTube. Let's see. I'm gonna take this to the end. There we go. Dumb frog. I like how blissfully stupid he looks. That is good. Mercy. Okay. And this guy's just waiting. Does this make sense, this line? I don't think it do. I think it should be this way. Because this form, I see why I would think that. I think I want that form on top, right? Right? I want this form to carry through, not this form. That makes sense? I say it do. Okay. Dang it. I'm king of this dimension, baby. And I say that's the form I want. I drew all these dumb lines. What do I actually want? Right? Yeah. I just drew an extra line there, I think. So yeah. So if you know anybody, like any kids or anything, trying to make comics or interested in making comics but too scared to start, please send them my way. Send them to these videos. I'll be on every day. So there's going to be new content every day. Don't you worry. And you know, we draw every day here. If I'm not drawing on YouTube, I'm probably drawing right at this desk anyway. So Because I was an art kid who never drew for the longest time. I was in like an honors art program in high school, and I went to art school for animation, and I was always frustrated with myself because I never finished anything. I mean, I did my like assignments and stuff, but it's like nothing I really like anything I really had a passion for. Like I would come up with ideas like artists do, like artists love to do so much. I'd have all these ideas all the dang time and never follow through on them. And one day I was like, "Oh, I'm 30 now. Wasn't I supposed to have all these projects done throughout my life by now?" And suddenly I just kind of felt like it was just slipping by too much. And I just buckled down and was like, okay, no more. We make projects now. We don't dream. We get our head out of the clouds, put our money where our mouth is. It's time to get serious. So it's art every day or no art at all. And we figure out how to install Windows, or we figure out how to fix up old Camaros. Because if you're not going to do something with your art, quit pretending you're an artist. That was what I had to tell myself. So that year I made a 16-minute Bonehead animation that's gonna go, I promise it's gonna go up on this YouTube channel at some point. Hopefully in the next few months. And this year, I'm making a graphic novel. Also Bonehead. But once this book's done, no more Bonehead for a while. I'm gonna start some new project. Trying to figure out what the next thing's gonna be right now, actually. This one's got a belly button. Should I give it to him? Because none of these other frogs have belly buttons. I'm gonna leave it. I'll forego it. Okay, that's frog number 2. Let's look at him on the screen. Dang, this leg looks shorter than that one. We'll live. We won't like it, but we'll live. I'm going to draw this guy. This guy looks sad, confused, because he's floating. I'll ink this one, and then I'm gonna... Actually, let me just hit the button to heat my tea up again. Oh, I'm right here. I'm just hitting the button. And I'm back, baby. Okay. So, and then when I finish this frog, I'll pour myself a new cup of tea. Yeah, I used to keep the tea right on my desk, but there's no room for that. Because now I got a big old thing of markers over there. Trying to draw over here. Got a laptop and I've got a mic in my face. No, a camera in my face and a mic and a lamp. Bunch of Bonehead cards. If I have time, I'm gonna ink more Bonehead cards today. Probably not on camera, but no, I'm just gonna do the pages today on camera. So let's see, we got his arm. These are like weird pudgy baby arms. Shadow. There we are. Really want to keep picking up my mug. Dang it. Come on. Come out. You sucker. Okay. I hope this does the kind of line I want to do. Okay. I like this hunched back. This looks so... This frog is quite a mood. Makes me happy, even though he doesn't look very happy. I hear some music next door. And you know what? I think the neighbor, I could be wrong, but I think the neighbor does some kind of live streaming too. This is the Bigfoot neighbor I know I've mentioned before. Ow! Dang it! Off with the hat. Whoosh. Okay. I've mentioned my neighbor might be a Bigfoot because they've lived there for a year or so now, and I've never once seen them. I've seen them open their garage. I've seen their car door close or something. I've never actually seen the neighbor. And all I know about them is sometimes I pull up and there's purple lights in their windows, and oftentimes at like 2 in the morning I hear music coming out of their place. I think they're some kind of streamer. I mean, it's not 2 in the morning now, but sometimes it's 2 in the morning and I hear music coming out of their place. Let's see. Some kind of streaming Bigfoot next door. Dang it. My line is splitting. Dang it. I was supposed to make it better and I made it worse. Okay. All this background's going to black, so it's a bit more salvageable than if it weren't. Oh, come on. Come on, buddy. Foot. I said I was going to wait until I finish this frog before I'd get some tea. It's a promise I made between myself and God. No. But it is a promise I will honor. Because I just believe in at least trying my best to do what I say. Even if it's kind of inconsequential. This foot's getting mutilated. Come on, buddy. This ain't working. Dang it. Okay. Dipping it. Rolling it out. Oh. Pinching it. Pinching it with my fingers. Come on. We need a real line. We need a line that cooperates. It was a teenage frog because its voice cracked. There we go. Oh, okay. I think it's tea time. So, gonna grab me a cup of gonna grab me a cup of tea. Let's get rid of this guy. It's too big. Let me just wring it out, toss it, and I'll be right back. I'll be in the hallway for a second. It's tea time. Tea for you? No, tea for me. Tea is the letter that starts 1, 2. And we're back. Did you hear my tea song? It really petered out at the end there. Okay. Mother mercy. Okay. We're growing. When I finish this 2-page spread, maybe I'll show you the original one I did that's up on my bookshelf there. And you'll see how I inked it when I was first inking with some crummy brush, kind of like this one. I mean, this isn't a terrible brush. It works. But this one, this Winsor Newton, some magic in the bristles. Okay. Although I did leave ink in this Winsor Newton one night, and I think that's helping cause the bristles to split. I forgot to wash it. Okay, so I'm gonna do the stuff that isn't crossing over. Like I said, there isn't a whole lot of stuff crossing across the 2-page spread, but there are a couple things, and I'll do those afterwards, toward the end. Now this frog is looking kind of stupid to me. I don't know. I'll just do it. How is this gonna go? What's up with this mouth here? We've got a little crinkly at the end there. Let's see if we can save its life. I don't know. Oh, but I don't think I followed through on talking about this brush. So I know Doug TenNapel uses it on all his books, but the reason he uses it, and it's an even better reason to use Winsor Newton, I would think, is it's what Bill Watterson used for Calvin and Hobbes. And that's just top of the tops, if you ask me. No one can touch Bill Watterson. He is the undisputed champion of comics. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, baby. The guy was a nut. The guy was a genius. Calvin and Hobbes is wild. If you don't know Calvin and Hobbes, let's just. Oh, I'll pull out a real treat. I'll show you my favorite book that I have, and I'll prove it's my favorite. This tattered gem. I got to get a new copy of this. This is my Calvin and Hobbes Lazy Sunday book from 4th grade. I got it when I was in 4th grade. I didn't write my name in it. I don't know who did. I never wrote like that. Pretty certain. But this is a collection of a bunch of colored Calvin and Hobbes, but it's also got a bunch of paintings in it. I think, yeah, that's watercolor paint. Here's some watercolor. And I wish he did like a big story. Like, I wish he did more big stories like this. I mean, so it starts with like an original story, right? Made just for this book, I'm pretty certain. So it's a Spaceman Spiff thing. See, I should be looking at him for some of the space stuff. Also, there's a planet I'm going to in this book. I kind of drew a little bit of it already. I should really pay attention to Spaceman Spiff. I might have been referring to it a little bit when I drew it, but look at this simplicity. And man, I think too hard about some of this stuff. And I really disservice my own dang drawings by busting my butt too hard and getting too confused with the details. So yeah, he's gonna pour water on his mom's head, or no, on his dad's head, because he already got his mom. Okay, another little painting. Calvin and Hobbes, best written comic, best designed comic, best drawn comic. No one can touch Bill Watterson. He is the goalpost. He's what we're trying to do. So, like Calvin and Hobbes, there's this big, I think you can get it for like 100, $150 or something like that. the big old collection, complete Calvin and Hobbes, I believe. Calvin, yeah. Just wondering how much it is. So it's a 4-volume book, and it's all like housed in a, what do you call it, box set thing. It's a 4-volume book thing. That is probably as cheap as I've seen it. Well, for paperback, it's 76. Hardcover, 92. I would spring for the hardcover. I bought it for my roommate one year for Christmas. And I think I need to get me a copy because I think there's a spot on my bookshelf with its name on it. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Also, here's the real reason I need to get a new copy of the Lazy Sunday book. So the bird's missing. And this last page, it is just barely on there. It is coming off. Oof, it's on by a thread. What's that, a phone? I don't know. But I use number 2. I just and yeah, the cool thing about the Lazy Sunday is it's all the Sunday strips, I think. And so it's like all the it's a bunch of colored ones. So it's, he might have done a couple collections that were like all colored ones. Off the top of my head, that's the only one I know of. But I don't know. I used to just go through that all day. I would trace different Calvins and different Hobbeses and make my own comics. Out of recycled drawings. They were always like watered down, trying to be Calvin and Hobbes, but couldn't quite articulate myself well enough because I was like 11. Oh, let me see something. I'm just gonna look at I'll pull up my YouTube channel here on my phone. I want to see if yeah, I like that. The inking in the morning with Ryan. I'll maybe do like an evening one as well. Maybe I'll do, and then I'll change them up. I'll do a couple variations. And I was thinking today, when I was going through my Bonehead stuff, my original Bonehead stuff, dang it. Hold on. I remember I saw, I don't know if I showed it on the channel when I was showing all that stuff, but I saw like a set of run animation frames that I had drawn for Bonehead. So I might do a stream someday where I pull up Adobe Animate and I'll animate his run. Show you how that works. Now, Adobe Animate used to be Adobe Flash, you might have heard of. Well, Flash kind of died, and they repackaged it as Animate. So that's the new animation program from Adobe for the past I don't know, while, at least 5 years, I want to say. And so I'll give you an animation tutorial one of these days. It's been an hour, and look. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. As Copernicus once said, as Shakespeare once said, or was it Confucius? As Plato once so elegantly put it, I tried so hard and got so far, and in the end, it didn't even matter. Woof. Jiminy. We do not like that. Okay. Oh, what do you say? These frogs or what? Dude, I did not want to start drawing today. It took me a while to get up and going today. Was not feeling it. But you know what we do when we don't feel it? We just do it anyway. You know why? Because I'm in my 30s. And it's too late to lay about. It's too late to dream of projects. We gotta make projects. So help me, we've got to make them. And the thing is, it's like I want to have something to show for my life. And you know, even if it doesn't end up being any kind of successful, I want to be able to say, like, I made my book. I made a book. I made a cartoon. But also, I don't want my Bonehead cartoon to be the only complete cartoon I've made. I want to make a whole bunch. I don't want Bonehead to be the only book I've made. I want to make a whole bunch. I really want to have a volume of work that I can be proud of, even if nobody else likes it. Like, so far, I'm proud of this book. But and one of the things is, like, I had art jobs. I don't have an art job right now that pays. But I realized I don't even want to try and get a new art job, because first of all, I don't want to be doing other people's art. I really don't like doing art for other people. It's not it doesn't scratch my itch. It's one thing to be drawing, but to be drawing on my own terms is really what it's about. And furthermore, if I'm drawing on my own terms, and I can make I stand a chance at making a living at it, that is the goal. So we need to find out if we can pull that off. Like, I don't want to be drawing Sonic the Hedgehog with a Pizza Planet shirt on, giving a thumbs up and winking. I don't want to. It's not what brings me joy. I mean, honestly, like, drawing this frog right now, that's not bringing me joy. But it's more fulfilling. Ultimate, like this isn't fun. I'm not just, like, giddy about pulling the trigger on these assignments for myself. But I've said something before about, like, at the end of the day, I will be happier that I did this than I would be if I spent the day playing Crash Bandicoot all day. You know what I mean? Like, I will be more satisfied with my day. I will be more satisfied with this going down in history as a day of my life. I will be more fulfilled. I'll have something to show for it. If all I have to show for the day is I beat 3 Crash Bandicoot games in one day, la-di-da. But that doesn't really mean anything for me. As much as I love Crash Bandicoot, and I really do, that would kind of make me sick. I mean, I would have fun while I was doing it, to be certain, but that would kind of depress me. So like I don't want to, like, when I look back at my life, I don't want to say, boy, I sure consumed products well. You know what I mean? I sure watched The Simpsons like a champ. And I love The Simpsons. I'm just, I need a little more than being able to quote stuff in my life. Let's see, what are we gonna do? Come on, buddy. Okay. Where did I get that? That's from that's something here I am quoting stuff. That's from Super Nerdy. What is it? Zach Braff and Donald Faison's Scrubs podcast that they do, where they're rewatching the show. I was a big Scrubs fan, and so once in a while, I'll listen to that podcast. And when they're like, because they're buddies in real life, Donald Faison and Zach Braff, when they're like, "Come on now, tell the truth," they just go, "Come on, buddy." Okay. Yeah, and everybody's always complaining about, like, what is it, MCU? Is that what they call it? The Marvel universe, and I don't know where the C falls in. But Marvel and Star Wars, I don't know, a bunch of stuff I don't watch. Everyone's always complaining about this stuff, and it's like, well, where's your contribution to pop culture, huh? You're so smart about it. You know what does and does not work. Just make a thing. Make it. I can't draw. Well, right. Direct. What do you got? What do you have to say? What do you have to say? What do we need? Put your money where your mouth is. fine. Okay, now we got this upside down one. Ugh. Stretch. Oh, mama. Oof. We'll fix that. This brush is driving me mad. Okay, there's still plenty of ink in there. Okay. Thought it was getting all gummy and shallow on me. But still, there's still plenty. Come on, buddy. Let's get this in the light. Okay. Woof. This one's looking about as chunky as the original one I did ages ago. And allegedly, I'm going to do 2 more pages. This one is taking forever. See, they're all real simple pages, really. But there's going to be a lot of black on them. Getting a call from Houston, Texas. Well, I don't know anybody in Houston, Texas, so they're going to have to wait. They can leave a message. Feel free to leave a message. Houston, Texas. All calls will be answered in the order they are received in 3 to 5 years. That's not true. I'm not returning that call. Now, if they leave a message and I actually have business with them or something, maybe I'll consider it. Let's see what I'm gonna do. Oh, you know what? I never finished this foot. Whoops. We'll fix it all in post. Wonk, wonk. Criminy. There we go. And then we'll web this set of toes. And we're going to throw a little drop shadow under his toes. Oop. Come on. Okay. Here's the thing. In order to pull the trigger on a project like this, in order for you, let's say, whoever you may be, to do a comic, do you need to get paid? Do you need to get paid to do a 235-page book? Is that what's going to convince you to do it? Because I haven't made a cent on this. Rather, I have sunk a lot of money into art supplies. And I'm treating it like a hobby. I'm treating it like a job, really, as if I were getting paid for it. I spend all my dang time on it. Like, I mean, I'll put 8 hours a day into it if I can. I've been doing art on camera today, an hour and a half already, and this is page 1 of 3 I intend to do today. And I'm going to do a sketchbook drawing. I was saying I'm probably going to do some Bonehead art. Sketch cards, or what do you call them? Ink cards. Dude, this brush. Ow. But, you know, I'm just saying, if you're gonna wait till you're making money to do any project, like, I don't know, you might be waiting a long time. If you're waiting for Cartoon Network to say, please take our money, make us a cartoon, you might be waiting a really long time. So it's either like you want to do it or you don't. I mean, I thought a Cartoon Network executive was going to give me a job at Cartoon Network because he liked one of my characters, wanted me to email him, send him an email, never heard from him again. Imagine my disappointment. I emailed him this beautiful story Bible for my neighbor's a psychopath. I like kind of cartoon idea, and I mean, maybe not the best name for the project, but I tell you, it was beautiful, and I made it in a few days. It was like I don't know, it might have been like a 48-page document, uh, fully colored, very beautiful. It was some of the best artwork I had done um, at that point. Some of the best cartoon artwork I'd done. It it was beautiful. Looked just like something that they would be interested in, you know. But I never heard from him again. And it's like, I don't ultimately I don't have time to sit and wait for somebody else to have faith in my work for me to make it. It's like I don't even know if this book is the best story in the world. It's certainly not the best story in the world, but it's a story, and I was like, I gotta make a book, and you know, it it's certainly not the worst story in the world. My next book, I will be really um, you know, I'm really focusing on the writing of whatever I do next. I mean, this will be a decent story, and once I fix a lot, like as I go through this, I'm gonna be beating the dialogue into shape the whole way, but so I don't know it in its best form yet. It's the same as these pages. It's like so far it's like I didn't know how good the pages were until I inked them. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, these frogs are all supposed to just look incredibly dumb. brush. You're killing me. I gotta get a new one. What am I expecting today? I ordered something. What did I order? The other day when I was drawing I think I was drawing on one of the pages with my multi-liner, my Copic multi-liner, and I found the tip had kind of split on one of them. So I ordered some new multi-liners. I gotta get me a new, maybe a couple size 3 brushes here. I have a bag of more Winsor Newton, but I do prefer the size 3, and those are all different sizes. Though it might be profitable to pull out one of those and bang out these pages a little faster. Right? You know what? You probably want to ink the interior of this mouth. I'm just going to go straight black with the inside of the mouth too. Sometimes I leave like a halo for like the inner cheek. But I'm going to go straight black for these guys. Who's there? Okay, no big deal. I'll respond to that shortly. Well, I don't know how short. It's not too important though. Oh, for Pete's sake. Yeah, I just think there's going to be a lot of responses to that group text that I just got. Yep. I hate group texts. Rather, I hate new group texts because I haven't muted them yet. And I think a lot of people assume I have a ton of free time when they hear how much I draw, or they see I'm on here drawing. I think people assume I have just this plethora of free time, and I don't. I barely have enough time in my life. For crying out loud, I am muting this right now. Let's see. Okay, I'm answering the question at hand. And I am going to mute this because it's driving me mad. Hide alerts. Oh, there's a leave conversation button now. That's beautiful, but I'm not gonna. But I'll mute it, and that'll work. Because that little bzz, bzz, bzz every 5 seconds, that's going to blow my brains out. You know how it is. Okay, I had to make sure I was on screen. Yikes. Yeah, we're gonna order a new Winsor Newton brush or two. Let's see how much they are. Let's see how much they are. This brush I keep ramming down everyone's throat. Let's see, Amazon. Who knows that? Okay. Windsor, right? Windsor Newton. Series 7. Put Sable Kolinsky. Size 3 brush. 20 Winsor & Newton Series 7 Kolinsky Sable Watercolor Brush, round number 3 is what it's called. Now that's $24.29. Prime free 1 day. Get it tomorrow, August 26th. You know what? Might as well just do that right now. Where do I go? Add to cart. We're going to do 2 and proceed to checkout. Shipping to me. Let's update that card to my actual one. Continue. And then we are place order. Okay. So we got 2 new brushes coming. I've been periodically just ordering art supplies as I realize I'm going to need them, because we got to stay on top of that. There's some there is some dang it, Prismacolor markers I need to order as well. And yeah, for years I was constantly going down to the Hobby Lobby and just picking up a handful at a time. And no, please go to Dick Blick. If you're making that same mistake, go to dickblick.com and order like a batch of 12, and you will save so much more money. Like, you'll be able to get twice as many markers for the same price. I think I'm gonna run to the bathroom and then get or warm up the tea again. So I think I'm gonna do my Bonehead theme on here while I'm gone. Rent. Dang it. A car. You just have this stuff queued up for when I have to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna do a loop. Hey, I just got it back right when it ended. Oh, or. Oh no, I thought there was a little extra piece, but I think I did get back right when it ended. Okay. So we got tea warming up, finishing up this tea, and we're drawing. So you'll see this arm looks like it's floating, but that's because there's shadow in between them. If it doesn't look natural now, it'll look more natural when I fill all this void. Okay, with black. So I think I said how much that cost. It was oh, because I did 2, it's gonna take longer. Rip off. Okay, well, so what? We'll live. Can I see how much it was? It was like $24. $25, let's say. And if you do the step down, the size 2, it was closer to 20. And also in my bathroom there, back just outside my room, I have some like brush cleaner and preserver that I've been using. But usually I just rinse it off, rinse this barrel like with hot water, and just try to, if there's any ink, I always try to like run the water so it potentially flushes it out, and I'll try and suck ink out of there if I can. Sometimes that helps. And I'll like tap it against the side of the sink, and usually that gets a lot of ink out. But yeah, 1 or 2 times I early on I forgot to wash my brush, and I think that's what's giving me the trouble with the constant splitting. Yeah. Yeah, be good to your brushes, and they'll be good to you. Yeah, if you hear music, at least as of the format of the show right now, if you hear music, it means I'm in the bathroom. Okay. Now, I'll do this foot because it's not attached to anything. I gotta look into the OBS stuff. I think you can do a lot of cool stuff with OBS. But like I've said before, it's like it's all baby steps because I'm not really trying to become a YouTube tech guy so much as I'm just trying to get eyes on the work, and I need to draw. But it would be cool to be able to do more things on this channel. So we're tightening it up little by little. That song you heard, it's called Rent a Car. It's the instrumental version of a song I wrote called Rent a Car. And it was the music in, like, when I first made up Bonehead, it was to be, he was made for a little video game demo that my buddy wanted to, or had to put together for a final. He put together a playable level, and he asked if I had any character that I wanted to let him use, which I heard as, "Do you want to make a video game?" And I just like really went nuts planning out like all kinds of details about like I made up Bonehead, I made up all the characters, and I was like full on designing a level without him. But he made a little playable thing. I did a bunch of animations for him, and Bonehead was born. But in the menu, it played that. I think in the level itself, it played. I should see if he has that in any kind of form still. If maybe he could dig that up and send it to me again, because I have it probably buried on a dead hard drive somewhere. But he might have it somewhere. I should ask Ben. It's it's not the most profound level. It's just kind of basic stuff. But I made a whole bunch of animations for that. A lot of them didn't get used in the final thing, but it is cool to see him interact. Like, he jumps when you jump, he runs, he he has his little attack where he pulls vials of poison out of his eye socket and throws them at bugs. And then, yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, the music that played under the level was that little piece that I just played. Okay, so this part, I should really get this lined up to make sure I'm drawing it in the same place. This foot crosses the page break. This is not that, I don't think it's that consequential. So I'll do that. Okay. Let's get this while we're at it. We'll do this leg that crosses down here. We just want to make sure we're doing it reasonably connected. Then we don't really have to worry about it anymore. I was saying I had done this page already a long time ago, but it was kind of crummy. But I taped the pages together to do it originally, which is, I believe, what you typically do, but these ones aren't that, it's not that crucial. Like, I don't think if it's a little off, it wouldn't hurt anybody. Like, when it's in a book, this and this, as long as I get it close, it's not going to be a problem. But so I'm not going to bother taping it. Just take up time and effort that I don't need to waste. I barely think I need to even line it up. I think I could have just traced it down and been fine. Okay. Wait, there's more. Oh, no, I got it already. Pardon me. Oh, and also that track was made by me and my brother Jimmy. I don't know how old. Let me see. I might have been 20. And let's see. I think 9 years older than him. So when he was 11, he was really young, but he was really, like, he was pretty gung-ho about learning that stuff, and he was pretty good at it for his age, I think. Especially self-taught. He was really impressing me. Now my brother Liam does that stuff too, and he's my brother Liam, who voices Bonehead in my Bonehead cartoon that will be on this channel someday. He's got music on Spotify. He's got music on iTunes, and It's Leeuhm. He's got some good tracks. If I may recommend a couple, check out Purple and Mindless. Those are my personal favorites. And yeah, if you're on Spotify, you know, what does it cost you? But just a few minutes. Check out those tracks. They are really fun tracks. And Liam is one of the best people I know. One of the funniest people I know. One of the kindest people I know. Okay. I didn't finish this toe for some reason. Okay. Okay, I guess we're filling blacks now. Here, I'm gonna pour more ink into my little bottle cap here. So I want a flat surface, I think. These pages are kind of curling on me a little bit. Okay. We pour the ink. That'll be good. That'll do it. I'm gonna get that cup of tea. We're wringing it out. Got our dry tea bag into the trash. Let me drink this last bit up. Let me go pour ourselves a new one. So, this is my exercise for the day. I'm out to the hallway, get myself a new burning rice. Why did I do that? I just, as I was coming into my room, I flipped a light switch in the hallway for some reason. You ever do that? Just out of muscle memory, you're like, wait, why did I do that? It's weird. There's like when I'm driving, coming out of my neighborhood. I've been doing this for 5 years. 5 years of living here. I always do this. I don't know why. There's a coming out of my neighborhood. I go past 3 stop signs, and on the second one, for some inexplicable reason, I always hit my right indicator, and there is no right turn there. It's like the second out of 3, and it's like, I know I don't turn there. I don't know why I'm always compelled to hit it. It's strange. It's like I'm not even thinking about turning there. You know what I mean? It's just a weird, strange muscle memory thing. It must remind me of some other spot that I can't put my finger on. I do it less now, but I still do it every so often. So you'll notice a lot of these, just about all these pages I've done so far. They're mostly black. They're very heavy on the black, and it's kind of just a style thing for these lead-in pages. This is my favorite frog on this page. He just looks so blissful and dumb. He's the star of the show. The order I've drawn these in so far, it's kind of the order I have them in the book right now. But I might shuffle, excuse me, I might shuffle them around a bit, put them in a slightly different order. I'm kind of periodically thinking about how I'm going to arrange them. Okay. Because I might do this. Well, I'd have to do a single page first, right? When you first open the book, and then I might do a 2-page spread, another one, and then, so I think this might go second, this 2-page spread, if you know what I mean, like. Because you open a book and there's just one page, right? But then you turn the page and now you've got a 2-page opportunity. Okay. Ook. Okay, so in this book so far, let's see, we've seen a meteor flying through space. We've seen it crash into a planet. We've gotten a couple glimpses of our character in silhouette. And now we've got a bunch of floating frogs. What's all that about? What's all that about, indeed? What tea do I drink? How about that? I'm always talking about dang tea. I drink Tetley. It's a purple box. I don't do there's a blue box. Oh, I just remembered. The purple one is the British blend. I like that more. It's a little more robust. Also, the blue one, the original, it's got the dangly the string, the string. These British blend ones, it's just a pouch that you drop in, and I just leave it in there. This just the string. I don't remember that this being a problem when I was growing up, when I was a kid, but the string, it just kind of dangles, uh, like tea drips down it and gets all over your mug and makes an extra mess of your mug. But yeah, I drink Tetley. I was talking, I think, yesterday about how I used to take it with like a pinch of milk, like just a dab of milk, and like two teaspoons of sugar or something like that. But when I was animating my pilot cartoon thing that I wanted to make, 2019, I I was getting sick of going up and down the stairs all the time for tea. So I just brought my water heater into my room here and would just make it at my desk. And I had to get used to not having milk and sugar in it, which I did really quickly. After 30 years of taking it with milk and sugar, I got used to taking it black. And when I've tried it since then, it's like too much. I don't like it anymore, which is good. It's like, do you know how much sugar was in my friggin' diet just from tea alone? It's terrible. So art saved my life. I'd be totally diabetic and have my arm lopped off by now. There's too much ink on this brush to start doing fine detail, so I'm just kind of filling in the spaces. Okay. Not going at the edges just yet, but now I should be able to. Come on, you. Come on, you. Do what I tell you. Let me wind this up. Okay. Been going 2 hours on this mess. Please. That is too long for this. What in the world is the time that it is? 1:30. That's a tragedy. Just feel like I haven't done enough today. I should be farther along. Ugh. Yum, yum, yum. Oh. Okay. We are in a toad or a frog. Laboratory frog. There should be one that's dissected with all his guts hanging out. Nah. That's a thought. Yeah, I'm just like parading in ink. Parading through the ink. The side of my hand is covered in it. I gotta be careful not to jack up my drawing. What else is going on? So yeah, I think tomorrow morning, I'll be doing the first comic page. Well, let's see. I've got 2 pages in between now and that. So the plan is I'm doing the next 2 pages after I fill all this black in today. But this is already 2 hours, so I should be able to do it. But it's going to be a long stream. There's a chance I might break it up and do a second stream later. At some point, we need to eat some lunch. Mm-hmm. Pardon me. Wouldn't it be cool to just hand a book to my nephews that I made? I think that'd be so dang cool. You hear that dog? I think one of my neighbors. Yeah, one of my neighbors is walking. Two of my neighbors' dogs. here's the benefit of doing this in front of people. Like, nobody's watching right now. That's fine. But people are gonna, like, somebody's gonna see this at some point, or not necessarily. Whatever. I don't have much of an audience right now, but I like doing this live, and I like posting it to YouTube. I'm not very in people's face kind of guy. I'm kind of a shy guy, but kind of nervous and shy. But I like making myself do this live, posting it to YouTube, because it keeps me working a little more diligently, and it gets me kind of like trying to step up my work a little bit. So those are good. Those are good. Like, those are some pros to doing this on YouTube, to streaming this. Cons. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll turn people off the book because I'm so dumb. I don't know. Maybe I'll say something at some point that upsets somebody. I don't know. I'm not a very. I mean, I can be a very controversial guy, I suppose. I could be. But generally, I'm a pretty easygoing, gets along with everybody guy. I try to smooth things over with everybody. I don't like being at odds with people. Bobby. Oh, I didn't get this. Tilt this a little bit. Sorry. So, never made a full book before. This is my experiment, making a book. And before I even finish this, like when I'm coloring it or something, I might put together an art book as well, like with all my sketches from my sketchbook that I post to Instagram and stuff. I've got like 6 or 7 sketchbooks of my daily drawings that I'll just pull from those and piece together an art book. I mean, it'll probably be a lot more sketchbooks to sift through by the time by the time it's more earnestly being made. But that's kind of on my to-do list too. And I was trying to write like some essays and little notes that would go in there. But that's slow moving because I'm kind of in production mode on this thing. I'm really trying to make this happen. So it's kind of hard to work on 2 projects at the same time. My reach exceeds my grasp. Or grasp exceeds my... No. Whatever. Oh, I'm kind of hungry. I might grab myself a snack in a minute. I'll keep streaming. I might need to disappear for a sec. See, that's why I wish I had like the capabilities that OBS or whatever. I don't know anything about this stuff, but I wish I had more capabilities on this channel that I could utilize, because then I could go away. I could play like an animation or something and keep the show moving. Or I could have a guest in here talking to you while I go like make a sandwich or something. But I haven't had too much time to play around with that. That kind of stuff. I have some friends who stream. I know that they stream across different platforms, and they have all kinds of... I don't know. I have some friends that are more involved in the streaming aspect of this kind of thing, so I can glean some information from them someday. So this says morning stream. Or what, inking in the morning? And it's now almost 2 o'clock. Man, I really barely made the morning thing because I was putting that image together. That's what it was. But now I have it. I can just use that instead of taking a funny picture of myself every day. I was talking a little bit about appeal yesterday in drawings, but that also goes for YouTube. You gotta have appeal. And it was like I was not getting good pictures with my camera. Like just on the fly, I couldn't make anything work, especially not every day. But I think that morning one is going to be a good one. I think that's going to serve me well, and I'll put together a few different ones and maybe just rotate through them. Okay, I'll ink around this frog, and then I think I'm gonna run off and I'll keep streaming. Maybe I'll just play some music I made again. I'm gonna try and grab something to munch on real quick. I'll play my favorite song that I made called Why Are You Staring at the Sun? Which was partly inspired by the Lemon Demon song Don't Be Like the Sun, which is one of my favorite Lemon Demon songs. And the idea that I got from, well, I was just trying to do a song that with the word sun in the title, because I felt like I would never write a song with sun in the title, and that was kind of my jumping off point for that song. And I'll play that when I go get something to eat. And that is my favorite track to date that I've made. We'll listen to that a little bit. Again, it was made by me and my brother Jimmy back when I was like 20 and he was like 11. And the intention was for me to make a full album of songs that I'd written. And we got like maybe 7 tracks, but it was supposed to be like a 16-track thing. I had the whole track list planned out and everything. And I had artwork for it, but we never finished. Someday, me and maybe Jimmy will help me make that, but my brother Liam, who I was talking about earlier, he's really kind of he's trying to get the ball rolling on that with me. I don't know if I gotta cook if I can tonight. But look at all this art I want to make. I want to do these 3 pages. I want to do some Bonehead ink cards. I want to do a sketchbook drawing, and it's already 2 o'clock. So I'm going to have to haul on the next 2 pages. Haul. But, yeah, I'll just grab some, like, chips or some terrible junk food real quick. And then, hopefully tonight I'll have time to cook a real meal. Okay, we got this bottom chunk. Let's find that music. Let's find that music, baby! I don't know what that was. I'm delirious. I'm hungry. What did I say? Why are you staring at the sun? Why are you staring at the sun? Yikes. iTunes, keep up. Minted. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, grab myself some junk food or something, but I'll be right back after that. I ran up to my friend and he must have lost his head, cause there he was staring at the sky. And I didn't ask him why, but he turned around and looked at me and asked me condescendingly, why are you staring at the sun? Why are you staring at the sun? And I didn't know what to say when he said, why are you staring at the sun? And so I took my friend to see the brain doctor, who just smiled and said that my friend would never be the same again. And so I asked for a second opinion, and she said he'd never be the same again. I went to the store cause I had to buy some more of everything, of which I didn't have enough. And I came up with my stuff, then the cashier in the checkout line stared me right square in the eye and screamed, why are you staring at the sun? Why are you staring at the sun? And I didn't know what to say when he said, why are you staring at the sun? So I left my things and walked out to the parking lot and started to scream. That's when I started noticing the sky. And to this day I cannot picture why. But that's when I started staring at the sun. But they just said, why aren't you staring at the sun? Why aren't you staring at the sun? And I didn't know what to say to them. They said, why aren't you staring at the sun? Why are you staring? 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 So there you have it. That's a piece of music I made when I was like 20 or something. Oh, I forgot I had it on repeat or something. But yeah. So why are you staring at the sun? So I was about 20. My brother was something like 11. And he was trying to help me make an album. And the process on that was a lot like, especially that song, it was like I would tell him, like, I need a smoky sax here. And I would kind of like write the parts for, well, I think he was kind of tinkering around. I said, no, do that. So he was tinkering around with what the sax was going to do. And he just kind of like, and we settled on that. Like I think he wrote that part, but I told him to like play that thing you just did again. And but other than that, I wrote the piano part. Not being a piano player, and I was like, I need some electrical crackly noises here. I remember saying I want like a marching band drum there. I need some like, and it was just like throughout the whole process, I'd be like, just kind of directing what should be going on in the track at any given moment, and he would just make it happen because he knew what he was doing. There's a couple tracks I myself put together, but he was kind of the mastermind at making the tracks. My brother Jimmy. At 11 years old, that's a pretty solid track. I mean, there's a couple things like kind of my voice sounds a little clunky, and like the piano part that I wrote sounds a little clunky, but otherwise, I mean, I really do love that song though. You can tell it's like very They Might Be Giants inspired. Kind of Lemon Demon-y. Because yeah, when I get into something, when I like something, it's always like I want to make it too. Here, I'm gonna eat some of the chips. We'll take a quick break here. I got myself some Cool Ranch Doritos flavored Lay's potato chips that I bought the other day. Ooh. Look at it here. That's not sticking around. So let's try these. I also had some Funyuns flavored ones. And my roommate, who's been saying since high school, why don't they make the Cool Ranch Doritos just like just put the powder in a shaker and just let me put it on my food. They can put it on chips. Or they can put it on chips, they can put it on Lay's. Let's get it in a shaker. Just a shaker full of it. Season our stuff with it. It'd be a great idea, Doritos. Dorito Lay. I'm just saying. My boy Tyler. I was hesitating on saying his name. I don't think he minds. My boy Tyler. He knows a good idea. He has one. So I think this will quell me for a little bit. It's not bad. I'm not sitting here thinking I'm eating Doritos. It's like a totally different chip. Now the Funyuns one was like a wavy chip with the Funyuns flavor. It kind of tricked me into thinking I was eating Funyuns. This? It is the flavor of the Cool Ranch Doritos. It's like a different chip. I don't know. Okay. You don't need to. You don't want to be meat eating. Okay. Okay. Back to the drawing board. Come on, sucker. Okay. Let's get some more ink in here. Dang, almost 3 hours. Where is this time going? And I want to do 2 more pages on here. So maybe I will break it up into 2 things today. Because I really want to get those done today so I can do the first comic page tomorrow. We're drawing. This is how you draw. Scribbling black all over the place. Oh, you guys can't see me. No branding here. I just scribbled out the comic book artboard and logo or whatever it is. Sorry, I keep going. I keep moving and then you can't see me. Oh, let me see. Let me look at my phone real quick. Okay. Oh, I was like, who called me? I forgot it was good old Houston, Texas. My good friend, Houston, Texas. Oh. Hmm. I did not expect this page to take nearly this long. So I'm thinking about right now. I'm thinking about style, right? Because I know people always ask about style, and people are always concerned, like, well, I don't have a style yet. I'm trying to find my style, and I can say that early on, my and the funny thing is, like, when you see that comic that where did I put it? Right here on my bookshelf. Like when I did this comic, I thought I had nailed my style, and this just looks so sloppy to me. I've said before, like every drawing of these characters just looks like a totally different artist drew it or something. It's just monumentally bad. They just look. It looks like a different character from panel to panel. And I thought I had my style down by that point, you know. Back then, I mean, I drew much tighter drawings of those characters all the time, but for some reason I went like ape caca in that little book. The sad part is I started a second one where it was much tighter, but then I don't know what happened to the files in that one. I never finished it, but I was getting close, and then I don't know if I lost the files or something. Um, I have a page somewhere where the school bully is being attacked by a bear. I have some quality version of that page somewhere. And dude, that bear looks amazing. And I am pretty certain I drew it out of my head. I don't know how, but you look at what I was doing in that book, that next comic, and then I decided against that format of the story and everything altogether, and decided to call it Moon Valley and do a graphic novel of it that I haven't finished. But that might be my next thing after Bonehead is done. I might go back into that and do that. But as for style, now it's not very well represented in that comic, but I feel like I had a good start to my style at that time, where I was just kind of over time cobbling elements that I liked from kind of Jonan Vasquez, various Cartoon Network shows. I would use like I would do I would get elements from like just, and when I say elements, it's like, oh, I like doing shoes like this. I like doing ears like this. I like doing, you know, there was some stuff from John Kay, but I kind of cobbled it all together into my own, for my own purposes, where it didn't look like any of that stuff, but it kind of had borrowed little things from all kinds of places. But where I really, and you know, I kind of had, after years of kind of like kind of cherry picking things I liked and little solves for certain things, and drawing with certain little things like that in mind. I mean, after years, I kind of like style kind of coagulated out of it. And then what really helped, though, kind of solidify any style I might have, was drawing every day and posting something every day. So, because that really speeds along the process of like knowing how, and that's really what it comes down to. It's like, how do you solve for this? How do you solve for this? How do I do a frog's hands? How do I do a frog's head? How do I do noses? How do I handle shoes? How do I handle eyebrows? How do I handle this guy's eyebrows? How do I handle skirts, or whatever it might be? How do I do palm trees? How do I solve for ears? How do I solve for bowl haircuts? Whatever the thing is. That's kind of all art ends up being. It's like it's a bunch of problem solving. How do I represent this? How do I represent that? How do I do band-aids? How do I represent band-aids in this drawing? Or whatever it might be. But the thing that really gets you like ready to do that on the fly, it's drawing something every day will get you, like, you'll just kind of have answers, or if you don't, it'll help you get used to making decisions quicker and quicker, and you get hung up less on what do I do, what do I do, what do I do. So and a few months ago, I wouldn't have been able to talk like this. I wouldn't be able to carry on a conversation with myself. I find it hard to generate conversation. I find it hard to I don't know, articulate myself, and just making myself do that all the time. Because before I started streaming, even for a month, I was just recording myself talking while I was drawing in preparation for streaming. Because I wanted to be able to talk a little bit, so I was practicing talking while I would draw. And the goal was to not fill the time with dead air, and that's helped me become a better speaker to some extent. So, I mean, if you want to get better at something, flex the muscle, practice it every day, even if it's only for 15 minutes a day, because that's how I started. 15 minutes a day, draw, and post it, and have it be, presentable. It can't be just posting garbage. You want to post something that you want people to see. Was kind of the idea that I started with. And I found quickly that I had more than 15 minutes I could dedicate to that every day. But 15 minutes was my jumping off point there, where I said I can at least spend 15 minutes making something every day. And well, I wanted stuff to look good, so I found time. I found I had more time than I thought to dedicate to that. And then as I started giving myself bigger goals, I found, I had more and more free time than I realized. So I was saying before, like, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time for everything I want to do. Well, that's true. But you know what else is true? If you don't waste your time on TV and video games and being lazy in bed or whatever, if you use your time, you have so much time to do this book or make your animated pilot or make any number of things, write a cookbook. I don't know, like whatever it is, build 100 kites. Um, you know, you don't realize how much time of yours you squander every day until you start dedicating it toward a project. And while it's true that I don't, that now I'm like always like wishing I had more time for this, I still am pumping so much time into it that it would make 20-year-old me blush. So don't underestimate your free time. Don't lie to yourself. Don't let yourself be lazy. I mean, you know, don't kill yourself either. Don't like beat yourself into the ground. Um, be reasonable with yourself. I've said it before, but one thing I took from Jordan Peterson that I really like is like you have to be the boss you need. Um, Something like that. Like be the boss you want to have, where you get the best work out of yourself, you get good work out of yourself, but you also are, you know, let you kind of like give yourself free time and like you're not tyrannical on yourself as he probably would have put it. Um, don't be a tyrant. Be a boss you would like to have. Now, I run myself pretty hard, but at the same time, I I force myself to step away to uh, give myself time to run errands and stuff and spend time with my family. Like if my family says they're getting together tonight, I'm going to be at my parents' house. You know what I mean? Or my brother asked me to come over for some drinks or something. I'll go there. Or, you know, when my roommate is watching Rick and Morty, I'm right there by his side watching Rick and Morty with him. Um, I can't drop my obligations to this book for just anything. I can't just hang out and watch TV every night, which is what I would probably rather be doing, right? But I do make time to hang out with my friends. I do make myself take time to hang out with my family. I do take time to just relax and watch cartoons or something. But you got to be like realistic. Like how important is you know, Rick and Morty tonight. How is that really a good use of my time right now? And like, I don't want to be working on this book in 2 years. I mean, I have a lot of processes to do. So this page I think is done. If I'm not mistaken, it looks done. I have a lot of processes left on this book. I have about 230 pages left to ink, right? I have 235 to then scan, color, letter, and, etc., whatever it might be. So it took me a year to write and pencil this book. I am speculating it'll take me about 200 days or so. Maybe, let's say 230 days. How many months is 230 days? About 7 or 8 months. So what's 7 or 8 months from now? It is we're at the end of August. September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April is 8 months. So I would like to have this whole book inked by April. Preferably before April. And by then, I'll know what I'm doing for scanning pages. I don't have a scanner capable of scanning these pages right now. But I'm not letting that stop me, by the way. You don't let stuff like that stop you. We'll cross the bridge when we get to it. It's within the realm of possibilities, right? It's not impossible to scan these pages. So we don't let that stop us. I'll go to the community college, or I'll go to the library if I have to. I'll go to Kinko's, whatever. Or I'll find a scanner that I can use. Okay. But what was I saying? I don't want to be inking this in 2 years, or I don't want to be working on this book in 2 years. I forget what my original thought was. Oops, let me bring that down. Bring it in a bit. I mean, so I try to keep my life balanced with friends and family, but at the same time, this is part of the equation. It has to be, and I try to treat it like a job, because allegedly this is the job I want, right? To just do this all day. Well, if I mean it, I can make time for it. And that's all I'm trying to tell people. It's like, I want my artist friends to draw. I want my friends and family to stop drink. I mean, I know a lot of people who do make, okay? When they set their mind to it, they actually make stuff. But I know too many artists. I went to school with too many artists who don't make. It's all dreams. Intangible flights of fancy. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to me that someday you're going to make the thing. You know what Marvel should be doing. You know what Disney should be doing. But you know what? It's a lot of this. Okay. I should have heated up that tea again. I don't know when the last time I did that was. Oh, you know what else I've got? I've got a bunch of candy bars downstairs. I'm gonna run off. I'm gonna run off and grab me a candy bar. Oh, yum. We got us some Hershey milk chocolate with whole almonds. So, sometimes I need candy to kind of like stimulate my brain again. I think oh, you know what else I like? I like the I didn't find any. I like the dark chocolate with almonds. But I feel like sometimes a piece of candy, like I'll keep those Werther's caramels around. It just helps like kind of absorb the fatigue in my brain a little bit. But chocolate I feel like is really good for me anyway. So I try to have something on hand to kind of help me get back into the game. Tea helps too. Okay. Mm-hmm. Really, I know it's really hard to like drag your ass out of bed sometimes and to make yourself do stuff. Procrastination is it's a bitch, but you know, is it the boss of you? You got to do what you. If you come up with ways to trick yourself into working, you'll run the world. If you can trick yourself into working when you don't want to, you'll run the world. Okay, I need to. I'm gonna get tea, and I'll figure out how to take my brush up there. Okay. So we're at 3.5 hours. I think what I'm gonna do though is at 4, I'm going to cut off the broadcast, and I'll go get lunch or something, like a proper lunch, and then I'll come back and do the rest of this page and the next one on a second broadcast, and then because part of the thing is I don't see anybody like clicking on my channel and then seeing a 7-hour broadcast and going, how about that one? You know what I mean? And I'd really like to. I'd rather have people click on these videos. I mean, 4 hours is really daunting sounding, I'm sure. Me, I would click on it. I would click on it all day long. If it was somebody I was interested in watching, because as I've said before, I just put these on, or for artists that I like. I put on a stream and I just listen to it while I draw. And I'm just basically listening to another artist talk about drawing as they draw while I draw. And it just kind of helps keep my mind occupied as it's like hypnotizing me into keep drawing. It's another thing. It's another trick. So that's why I say, like, see, I don't have problem. Doug TenNapel used to have he had some 7-hour Bigfoot Bill draw streams that would I'd put those ones on all the time and just draw while I listen to him talk. there's a bunch of artists that I follow here on YouTube that, you know, I just listen to them all day long. But now I'm doing it. But you know, I don't have that kind of audience dedication. You know, it's mostly friends and family popping in here, and it's like, let's see what Ryan's up to. Oh, it's a 4-hour video of him painting frogs. Well, that's cute. But I'll pass. Is how I imagine that going. So while I would stay on here for like a 7-hour stream, I'll just chop it off at 4 hours and then come back and do another 3-hour one or something. This frog looks so dumb. I don't like this one. The one I'm drawing right now is fine. I like him. Tail hiding behind him. Almost missed his thumb. I'll leave a little highlight on it. And then I'm going to throw all this drop shadow in. Oh, beefed it. I'll clean it up. Eventually. Look at this frog. I love it. This is my book, guys. I'm making a book. I'm so proud. So happy with myself. But you know what? It ain't a book yet. The cool thing is, though, I know it will be. I've never made one before, but I know I will. I don't care if I just make one for just me. But it'll be a book someday. Physical, tangible book. And then there was dead air. Okay. So I guess I'm just thinking about, what am I thinking about? I forget already. Couldn't have been that riveting of a thought. Oh, mercy, mercy. I'm thinking about my nephew. He's not very riveting. No, I'm just kidding. Thinking about my frog-loving nephew. And how this girl I know, she was showing me her pet praying mantis that she caught a couple days ago. She'd been feeding crickets too. And I just realized how much my nephew would be so into that. Okay. So I'm going to throw down some black around him. So I don't have to worry about it later. So I liked those strokes around him. Good things come to an end. All things come to an end. Bad things. Taliban, America. It will all come to a close. Someday. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. Later that day. I should watch my mouth because you know, you don't want to accidentally speak something like that into existence. The end of America, I mean. We like our freedoms. We don't act like we like our freedoms. We keep trying to get rid of our freedoms these days, but we like them. It's a great place to live. It's a great time and place to be. We gotta remember that. You know, there are countries where you don't get to freely practice your religion. If you know, if you don't believe certain things, or can't read certain books, can't speak your mind on certain topics and stuff like that. So we are lucky here. What a wonderful place to be. What a wonderful time to be alive. I mean, even with all the commotion in the world, we're pretty dang lucky. I try to remind myself that every day. I think someone's home. Either that or someone's breaking in pretty casually. Look at this. Let's see what Allie said to me earlier. Just to make sure. Okay, I wasn't sure if she said something about my nephew coming over today. She did not. Oh, that means it's 3 o'clock. So it'll be about 15 minutes. 15 minutes now. That alarm had nothing to do with what I'm saying now. That was just a random alarm on my phone. But 15 minutes now I'm gonna end this stream, and I'll pick it back up after I get some lunch in me. And I'll finish this page and do one more page today. And tomorrow morning, I'll get an earlier start tomorrow, I promise. Tomorrow morning, I will do the first comic page of the book. I just keep thinking of that Simpsons bit. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday, later that day. I've already said that a few times on this channel. I don't know when the last time I saw that cartoon was, but it makes me laugh. They're on the ship later that day. Okay. I always just like to strike that out. Like I'm censoring it or something. No. Just somewhere to drag the brush. Tea. Yeah, drink it while it's hot. Drink it while it's hot. Merciful heavens. I gotta remember that this up here is no accident. That's deliberate. So I'm gonna box that in a little more deliberately right now, so I don't come back later and ink it up. Oh man, If I come back, does that mean I have to have a new card? I can't use the morning one, right? I'll do like an afternoon one. That's going to take me another half hour. Oh well. Maybe I'll just take a picture of my ugly mug. Let's see, 9 more minutes. I'll go and then come back later. And if you like long streams like this or even longer, let me know. If you, like me, that is, if you, as I do, like to put long form streams on in the background while you work, let me know. Leave a comment for heaven's sake. I don't think anybody's watching these for very long, but you know, come on in, sit down, draw with me, have a cup of tea, start drawing. We'll just draw together. It'll be like our thing every day. Just make an appointment to come on into a video, and then that'll be your like guiding thing to get you drawing.